Hello friends, here we will see notes of Things Fall Apart. Introduction. Things Fall Apart was author Chinua Achebe's first book. Originally published in 1958, the novel was an influential book in the Nigerian literary renaissance of the 1960s. Things Fall Apart is the first book in Achebe's African trilogy. Things Fall Apart is set in the late 19th century. This time period is significant because it allows the reader to follow the main character Okonkwo through the pre and post European imperial era, in the sense colonialism. The location is set in Igbo land, which is now known as Nigeria. About author Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe, born on 16th November 1930, he was a Nigerian novelist, poet, and critic who is regarded as a central figure of modern African literature. His first novel and magnum opus, Things Fall Apart, written in the year of 1958, occupies a pivotal place in African literature and Red African novel. Along with the Things Fall Apart, he is No Longer at Ease, published in the year 1960, and Arrow of God, 1964, complete the African trilogy. Later novels include A Man of the People, 1966 published one, and Anthills of the Savannah, 1987 published year. Achebe is often referred to as the father of modern African literature, although he vigorously rejected the characterization. Chinua Achebe, greatly named as father of modern African literature. Things Fall Apart. Okonkwo is a wealthy and respected warrior of the Umofia clan, a lower Nigerian tribe that is a part of the consortium of 9 connected villages. Okonkwo, a wealthy person and respected warrior who is the leader, the head of the Umofio clan or the area. He is haunted by an action of Unoka. Unoka is the father of Okonkwo. His cowardly and spendthrift father, who died in disrepute, leaving many villages' debts unsettled. His father was not good. He was drunkard and he made many loan with many people and he did not settle all those economic crisis he faced. In response, Okonkwo became a clansman, warrior, farmer and family provider extraordinary. In between, Okonkwo observed his father and he went against to him. He became a great leader among them. He was a 12-year-old son named Noi, whom he found lazy. Here we have to see Okonkwo had a son named Noi. He was little lazy. So Okonkwo was not happy about his son. He worried he may go in the path of his grandfather, in the sense Unoka. In a settlement with neighboring tribe, Umofia wins a virgin and there was a dispute between Umofia and another area. There was a settlement. What happened we'll see. 15-year-old boy. Okonkwo takes charge of the boy. His name Aikimafona, and finds an ideal son in him. In between settlement of neighboring area, he got a boy named Aikimafona and he considered him as his own son. Noi, the son of Okonkwo, likewise forms a strong attachment to the newcomer. He considered his own friend or brother. Despite his fondness of Aikimafona and despite the fact that the boy begins to call him father, Okonkwo he used to call him as a father. Okonkwo does not let him show any affection for him. During the week of peace, Okonkwo accuses his youngest wife, Oziogo, of negligence. He severely beats her, breaking the peace of the sacred week. He makes some sacrifices to show his repentance, but he has shocked his community irreparably. What happened? He beat his wife in very accused manner or in very bad manner. So she went under dead. But village people did not agree the Okonkwo's behavior, so they refused. Ikemefuna stays with Okonkwo's family for 3 years. Noi looks up to him as an elder brother and, much to Okonkwo's pleasure, develops a more masculine attitude. One day, the locates came to Omofia. They will came every year for 7 years before disappearing for another generation. The village excitedly collects them because they are good to eat when cooked. It's one sort of crop, grows very rarely after 7 years. So villagers were happy to collect those crop. Ogbezifi Izedu, a aged person, and he is like a messenger of God. Even he knows the future also. He predicts the future. He, a respected village elder, informs Okonko in private that the oracle is a messenger of God. He sends a message to the Uxbeki Uzedu, and he says to Okonko, what he says? He said to kill Ikomofena, must be killed. He tells Okonko that because Ikomofena calls him father. Why he has to be killed? Because he called him, Okonko has considered Okonko as his father. So he should be killed. Okonko should not take part in the boy's death. Okonko lies to Ikomofona, telling him that they must return him to his home village. Noi burst into tears. Ikomofona, they informed that you are going to again your village, but they are making him to die. So he walks with the men of Umofia. Ikomofona thinks that seeing his mother after several hours of walking, some of Okonko's clansmen attack the boy with machetes. Ikomofona runs to Okonko for help, but Okonko, who does not wish to look weak in front of his fellow tribesmen, cuts the boy down despite the oracle's admonishment. What he does, Okonko, he kills the boy and he follows the order of oracle, the god's messenger. When Okonko returns home, Noi deduces that his friend is died. Noi was very close to him, Ikomofona, and Noi understood that he was killed, so he felt very sad. Okonko sinks into depression, neither able to sleep nor eat. He visits his friend Oberika and beings to feel revived a bit. Okonko's daughter Azimna falls ill, but she recovers after Okonko gathers leaves for her medicine. The death of Ogbefi Izidu is announced to the surrounding village by means of the achebe, a musical instrument. Okonko feels guilty because the last time Izidu visited him was to warn him against taking part in Ikomofona's death. At Agbefi Izidu's large and elaborated funeral, the men beat drums and fire their guns. Tragedy compounds upon itself when Okonko's gun explodes and kills Ogbefi Izidu's 16-year-old son. Unknowingly, Okonko kills Izidu's 16-year-old son. Because killing a clansman is a crime against the earth goddess, Okonko must take his family into exile for 7 years. Okonko was exiled, or he sent out of that province for 7 years. He should go out. In order to atone, he gathers his most valuable belongings and takes his family to his mother's natal village, Ambanta. Okonko went to Ambanta, his mother's native place, along with his family. The men from Ugbefi Izidu's quarter burn Okonko's buildings and kills his animal to cleanse the village of his sin. Okonko's all the buildings were demolished and his animals used to kill by the Izidu's followers. Okonko's kinsmen, especially his uncle Uzendu, receives him warmly. They help him build a new compound of huts and lend him yam seeds to start a farm. Although he is bitterly disappointed at his misfortune, Okonko reconciles himself to life in his motherland. Okonko started his new life in his mother's native place. During the second year of Okonko's exile, Oberika, the friend of Okonko, brings several bags of cowries in the sense shells used as a currency that he has made by selling Okonko's yam. Okonko sent yams to him, his friend Oberika, so he brought many currencies called the cowries. Oberika plans to continue to do so until Okonko returns to the village. He thought to continue there only, Oberika, as a leader. Oberika also brings the bad news that Abam, another village, has been destroyed by the white man. White man came there to the another village named as Abam, and it was totally destroyed. Soon afterward, 6 missionaries traveled to Yambanta through an interpreter named Mr. Kiyaga. What happened? One white man was killed at that place, and later, by followed him, 6 missionaries also came. The missionaries leaders, Mr. Brown, speaks to the villagers. He tells them that their gods are false, and the worshipping more than one god is adulterous. But the villagers do not understand how the Holy Trinity can be accepted by one God. Although his aim is to convert the residents of Omofia to Christianity. The intention of the missionaries only convert people into Christianity. Mr. Brown does not allow his followers to antagonize the clan. Mr. Brown grows ill and is soon replaced by Reverend James Smith, an intolerant and strict man. Mr. Brown was little smooth, but when he fell ill, instead of him, another person came. James Smith, he was very intolerant and strict man. The more jealous converts are revealed to be free of Mr. Brown's policy. Restraint. One such convert, Enoch, dares to unmask an Iwago during the annual ceremony to honor the earth deity, an act equivalent to killing an ancestral spirit. The next day, Iwago burn Enoch's compound and Reverend Smith's church to the ground. The district commissioner is upset by the burning of the church and requests that the leader of Omofio meet with him. Once they gathered, however, the leader are handcuffed and thrown in jail, where they suffer insult and physical abuse. After the prisoners are released, the clansmen hold a meeting during which 5 court messengers approach and order the clansmen to desist, expecting his fellow clan members to join him in uprising. Okonko kills their leader. Okonko kills one of the leader of the white man, British people, with his machete. When the crowd allows the other messengers to escape, Okonko realizes that his clan is not willing to go to war. He understood, my people became very coward. They are not having any courage to face British people. When the district commissioner arrives at Okonko's compound, he finds that Okonko has hanged himself. Okonko went under suicide. He committed suicide. Oberika and his friends led the commissioner to the body. Oberika explains that suicide is a grave sin. Oberika is a friend of Okonko. He explains he made a sin. Thus, according to custom, none of Okonko's clansmen may touch his body. It is the end of things fall apart. By the suicide of Okonko, the whole thing end up. Things fall apart. Everything collapses. This is a summary of things fall apart. If you like this video, let me know in the comment box. Also like the video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.